After Manchester United confirmed the signing of Matheus Cunha from Wolves, it has been revealed by David Ornstein that Brentford star Bryan and Mbeumo prefers an Old Trafford move over the likes of Newcastle, Arsenal and Spurs. Now let me remind you that this Manchester United side finished 15th in the Premier League last season and have no European football as a result. Both Cunha and Mbeumo have had Champions League clubs chasing them, and many might be asking the question, why would they join this United side? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. Hello everybody, welcome back to UtdDistrict. It is the second day of the transfer window. We've got one signing sealed and another seems to be progressing quite well, better than a lot of people would have expected. So we're here to talk about why are these players still wanting to join Manchester United, because, I mean, for us, for United fans, it's great. It's amazing that you can finish 15th and two of probably the most exciting attacking players outside of like the big clubs from the Premier League last season want to join your club over other suitors in the Champions League. I think this is broken down into three main reasons. Now, of course, you could just say we're Manchester United. That's what everyone says, but it goes a little bit deeper than that, especially now, I think. So, first of all, and I know this is a bit of a contradiction, but it is the club. It's Manchester United. So we'll look at that one first. Now, I think this is something that is quite hard to describe because it's history. It's a feeling. It's hard to describe a feeling. And what I like to think about is how Casemiro and Raphael Varane have acted during their times at the club. So these are two legends of the game. Before they even came to the club, Real Madrid, 5 Champions Leagues, they could have hung up their boots after leaving Madrid and been remembered for years on years. But they both decided to join United. Some might say that it was because of the huge wages, but there is an undeniable attraction about the club, no matter whether they're 1st, 3rd, 10th, 17th, 15th. There's just an attraction, and I don't think that goes away easy. Varane and Casemiro treated being at United as a privilege. I mean, you've seen them when they were lifting the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. They treated it like it was another Champions League trophy. And I think when you're getting pure winners who have done everything in the game, and that is kind of how they're acting, joining the club, you can kind of get a feeling of where these players will be coming from. And also, I think this might be a little bit of a controversial take, but the past 10 years of failure, I feel like it makes it a little bit more attractive for these players, certain players who want to join the club, because of course it was brilliant for players to join a successful United team under Sir Alex Ferguson, joining this group of like amazing players where you knew you'd be winning silverware. That is like an ultimate attraction. There's no getting away from that. But I think now, after such a bad 10 years, there's kind of a different attraction to the club. There's the attraction of being that group of players, being that player to lead United back to those times. And I think eventually, if that happens in the next few years or if it's longer down the line, that group of players who do that and win United their next Premier League title are going to be remembered so fondly. Like, it's legend status immediately because of these difficulties. And I mean, that's why we've seen so many players kind of take that jump, even though it's a really difficult situation. You could even argue that the manager, Ruben Amorim, he was in a really comfortable position in Portugal 7 months ago, top of the Champions League, top of the Portuguese league. But he joined a club where he knew it was such a tough task and it would be really difficult early on. He joined it because of that little slimmer of hope where, if I get this right, I'm in the history books. I'm legend status. So that is one undeniable reason why players still want to join Manchester United. But I can hear some people, probably the rival fans here, asking, why are these players still falling for this? I mean, they've seen a decade's worth of talented players just like them come and fail and get worse. I mean, I think everyone can agree that United has been almost a graveyard for talent in the last decade. So why are these talented players going, I can be different than them, I can change it, I can succeed? Well, I mean, I put this down to, and this is the second reason, players, especially of the top level, have a certain level of confidence and arrogance, which I really think Matheus Cunha has as well, where they think that no matter what, if someone's failed before them, they just in their brain will think they're the ones to take United back. They're the ones who can take those forward steps. Now, obviously, that's not the sole reason, because I'll get onto the last one, which I think is really important. But I do think that arrogance, the confidence that a lot of footballers have, which, I mean, you need to get to that top level of the sport, that's what drives them, and that's why they still will come to Manchester United, because they're a huge club, and they think that despite those players failing before them, they can be better, they can be bigger, they can take on the weight of United, which, I mean, we know that a lot of them haven't. And this is an important point, that over the years, I don't think this has been necessarily good for the players, that they think that they can turn things around, because they haven't. And they've gotten worse. It's not the best choice for them always, and that is why some players are opting to go away from United. You've seen Liam Delap go and choose Chelsea over Old Trafford. That will happen, and that's been happening a lot more over the past few years, because United have gotten worse. So I don't think any United fan is out here claiming that we can just go snatch Mbappe, go snatch, I don't know, Erling Haaland from City. We're not at a place where absolutely anyone will be joining our club, especially now. But there still is a major attraction for a lot of top players because of the club, because they're confident. But I think a really important reason now, and the final one which I'll touch on, is the project. Like I just mentioned, a lot of players have failed, and that is not only bad for them, that's bad for the club. So to benefit both United and the signings that are coming in, there needs to be a proper project and plan in place. And over the years, there might have been something, but there was nothing proper. And no matter how skeptical a lot of people are about the new leadership team under Ineos, there seems to be a clear plan, with Omar Barada leading things, Jason Wilcox, Christopher Vivell's there as well. There seems to be a plan brewing, and being able to communicate that to targets is going to help United, because we can't just go off this blind faith now. Like I mentioned, the first 2 points being United are United, and players having that arrogance that they feel like they can change things. That only takes you so far now. If you look at these players, and it's not too surprising that they're open to joining this project, because Cunha, I mean, he suits Amorim's formation. He suits the kind of player Manchester United need as a whole perfectly. And while I think there's a little bit more of a split about Mbeumo's fit into the system, into the squad, it is still undeniably a huge upgrade on the current options at Old Trafford. So these are two players who fill gaps. United need goal scorers. They need Premier League proven goal scorers, and they've got two. United need to be platforming these players well, and that comes through the plan, through the project. I mean, a lot of the players in the past, they haven't suddenly just gotten worse. They've not just flicked a switch and turned into bad players. It's been poor planning about the profile of player you're bringing in, where they're fitting into the squad, their personality, are they the right personality? I think United have missed across the board in transfers in the past. But if you know who you're getting, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and you platform them to be the best player that they can be, then you're going in the right direction. And I think that's what United are doing with the new structure. Now, will it work? Will United go back to the top next season? Probably not, but these look like positive forward steps. And for us, that's a positive. For rival fans, they're all asking why these players are joining United. And I think this video answers that question a little bit. Cunha and Mbeumo want to join Manchester United because they're Manchester United, but I think they're also convinced that there is an actual plan going on at Old Trafford right now, and hopefully we'll actually see it on the pitch soon.